Exhilaration and despair at Oschersleben. The 8th DTM race of the 2010 season was a highly emotional event. Just as in Brands Hatch, this man had the most reason to celebrate. Mercedes driver Paul di Resta. He achieved his second win in just 2 weeks and now has the championship in his sights. He's only 7 points behind the man at the top of the table, his teammate Bruno Spengler.
Now we're closing the gap to the championship even more. We have to keep our fingers crossed, keep the momentum we have and the confidence that we've picked up over the last 4 races.
Bruno Spengler was among the winners too, however. He finished in second place and the French-Canadian kept his nerve throughout. He's still quite calm about the overall rankings. I mean, he's getting closer, it's 2 points and that's all it has been so far. So everything is just fine and I'm just going to keep concentrating the way I have so far without worrying too much about the points. Alongside all the elation, there was a lot of pain as well. For Timo Scheider it was definitely a race to forget. A good start, a perfect strategy and then some really unfortunate tire problem. At the checkered flag it was 11th place for Scheider and that puts him out of the championship running once and for all. It was exactly the wrong time for that to happen this year. This year's already been tough enough for us and unfortunately today was yet another of those days. Almost 62,000 spectators watched a thrilling start. As early as the first 4 laps, 3 drivers were forced out of the race prematurely. After 2 recent strong performances, newcomer Miguel Molina came unstuck.
It was not so good for me. I finished in the first lap, but some races are like this. But I'm not really happy because in my first year I want to finish all the races and take the most of experience that I can.
Yet another DTM newcomer left the race early, Kung Fu Cheng.
It's my first retirement of the season, so it's pretty disappointing. And I have had a quite tough weekend so far. I mean, and didn't finish the race is really was the outcome for the weekend.
But the unluckiest driver of them all this season is still Markus Winkelhock. This was the 6th time this season that he's been unable to finish. It's become really frustrating now. Tough, to be fair. I have to admit, it was my mistake. I'm going to have to really improve. A disappointing race for David Coulthard as well. Even in the qualifying there was one section he had serious trouble with and in the race he ended up in last place. The outcome of Oschersleben, Mercedes-Benz with Paul di Resta and Bruno Spengler continues to dominate, but the 3rd place by Matthias Ekström means that Audi are still in the championship race. A huge disappointment for Timo Scheider. He's going to have to bury his hopes for another title once and for all. For him now, it's going to be damage limitation at the German final in Hockenheim.